This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with oyster farmer Gaétan Dugas. We're here in New Brunswick and we've been tasting some oysters today, but there's a great history of oysters in Caraquet where we are today. And I'd really like this man to describe some of that history.
The Caraquet name is a Mi'kmaq name, Indian name. That means the meat of two rivers. And if you look to the geography of the Caraquet Bay, you will see that there's main two river that's going inside the Caraquet Bay. So it was a very important name for the country and for the region. And the oysters have a special taste because of the Caraquet involvement in the terms of the Caraquet expellations of the bay, because of the Caraquet Bay is a very well mix of the salt river, the two main rivers, and the salt water. So that special mix is making a very special taste, very gorgeous taste.
Now, your family have a great history of farming oysters for many years here now. Please tell us a little about that.
For the past 230 years now, the Dugas family involved in oysters. First of all in the fishing for a living, and after that farming oyster a little bit later, and as marketing the oyster on different marketplace like the Quebec, Toronto, and Montreal and Ottawa place.
What is it that makes, when it comes to flavor profile, what would you say makes the oysters here so special?
In my understanding, the special taste is coming from the mix of the salt water and soft water, and this is coming from the two main river that is going inside the Caraquet Bay, and also the salt water coming from the oceans. And that mix of the two is with the algae that is produced in the marcha of the Caraquet Bay is a well-known names and situations very great to make a very nice taste of the oysters.
I think of you as being a very traditional oyster farmer. What makes you traditional?
What making us traditional? Because we have, first of all, a great respect of the environment, habitat of the oysters. That's the first main, very important thing. And my son right now is very careful about the environment protections. So we handling oysters with no mechanical gears. So we handling oyster by hands in terms of the hand pick on the bottom culture oysters. We hand pick the oysters by hands using the scuba diving gears, and we also using very few or not having any other gears in the plant, I mean in terms of mechanical gears. So we using all the process is from the operations from the beginning to the end when we ship oysters is always by hand-picked from man. So it's a direct contact from the hands and the eyes, and also the combinations of the oysters, using all the different environmental cares of the oyster habitat.
For you, what is a good oyster from this area? How does it taste?
First of all, it's a mix of the salt and soft water. And secondly, you have to chew it very carefully, because the oyster takes for you years and years to grow. So you have to respect it. You have to have a great respect when you taste it. if you chew it the right way, you will get the right taste. And that's the most important things.
Now, you like to drink wine. What kind of wine would you drink with one of your own oysters?
I'm not a specialist of wine, unfortunately, but there's many wines that they're like the wrestling in general is a good wine for oysters. But there's many other wine that could be good, that could be suggestions of sommeliers that I'm not specialized in.
But yourself, what do you enjoy to drink with your own oysters?
I use normally, if I have a chance to make it, the Acadian Blanc, who is a very fancy wine from Nova Scotia, our ancestor earth land, and is also a wine that who is well developed for the specific climate of the Nova Scotia area.
Well, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. Really appreciate your hospitality. It's been wonderful to share this beautiful weather with you and this beautiful climate.
You're welcome.
Thank you.